There you go. Oh, they ain't Lou. They ain't Lou. It's a surprise guest. Ah, my nigga.
Surprise
Hey,
guest.
Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Back into the world. Back into the world.
Hey, hey, Melinda, Larry had one of your problems. Man, his phone man, they've been killing him, boy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, because of the storm. Mine was
Yeah.
because of the storm. Yep, I told you. I told you. Back in the world. I tell you, man. So what y'all talking about? Got a whole lot, I
Yeah, we
guess.
got a whole full house today, baby. You
Yeah.
got look at that handsome dude right there.
You see what I'm
You,
Yeah,
saying?
that's right.
you know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
But you,
Representative of Butter Entertainment in full effect.
That's
Good
right.
morning. How y'all doing today?
I'm
Good. How are
We're
good. I'm
good.
you?
good.
We doing good.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
as I get started, people, when you come in, hit the like button, the subscribe button, while these wonderful, smart, elegant people answer all these questions I have for them today. And I'm not even going to
Oh,
bother Tony.
You know what? You need to
You
leave
know,
Tony alone. Tony,
But
enjoy yourself. Hey, look, you forgot to tell the people to wipe their feet before they come in, but
I
I tell
just
them wipe
said
your
hit
feet.
the like button, share, and subscribe.
But you gotta.
Wipe your feet. You tell them there, Luke. You know how
That's
to tell
right.
them.
Wipe your feet, like your grandmother used to say, boy. Make sure you wipe your feet, boy. She got them
hmm
running down. Make sure the carpet ain't dirty. We don't like dirty carpet on Rebuttal Entertainment. So we about to get this thing started.
Got a lot to talk about today, Larry. Melinda and Lou.
mm.
Look, ain't no basketball on, so we good. You know what I mean? So let me get y'all
Oh,
as
what you
always.
good?
As always, I get y'all favorite thing for y'all because I know y'all like this intro so much. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Why y'all totally looking like that?
the
Larry, I'm
theme
about to
song.
get into
Cause he
that
know he
favorite
about to play a
intro, Larry.
game.
The theme song. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
The
Here you go.
soundtrack. The soundtrack. Like
If you give it to me, I'll give it to you. I know what you want. You know I baby. If you give it to
There you go.
Hey.
So, so
the,
yeah, man, a lot happening in this world. It's a lot happening, Larry.
the soundtrack. Mhm.
A lot happening, Melinda. You know what I mean? Lou, it's a lot happening. You know what I mean? I could have had like 50 questions for y'all today, like Trump.
Like Trump.
Melinda favorite person, Donald Trump.
That's right.
Well,
He
if
got a lot. He's a lot of material.
He is. You can say that again. You can definitely say that
well,
again.
I got my wonderful panel, I know Wills and Stills told me to tell Melinda how he looking forward to seeing her wonderful face today on the show.
Yes,
You know what I
indeed.
mean?
Am
He
I
said,
becoming the problem child?
no.
No,
No.
He said he gonna get his
no.
popcorn ready. He said, cause she do not play.
You
He's
That's
representing.
his
afraid
You
of
know
word.
what
you.
That's
I'm
his word for you. Him. That's right. He said she do not play. I love Melinda. That's exactly what he said.
Oh yeah.
saying? Make you look. You
Yeah,
make the
like,
right.
oh, I ain't sound too convinced about that one, Melinda.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Larry ain't to be played with either though.
You
It's
sure ain't.
contagious.
He know
It's
what he doing.
contagious.
Yeah,
That's
It's
Larry
right.
Blanc, he
contagious.
got them girls scared to come on in without makeup and hair and stuff. They be scared. Larry
Nah.
Blanc.
Shoot,
Well,
I
it
came
don't.
out without hair and makeup.
Oh
But
my
it
God.
don't. It don't cost nothing to look
We'll
presentable.
have to talk about that after we finish the program. Cause Larry done scared all the women off the show, man. It make no damn sense, man. All
Larry,
right,
I'm
well,
gonna tell you like I told Lewis. Ain't no one thinking about what Larry say.
Cause
Right.
with me you get
Right.
what you get.
Right.
that's right.
Right.
Well, for no feedback, whoever talk, everybody mute. So
Okay.
let's get the first question out the way. This is a good one here, and I'm always gonna start with the young lady, Tony. New York City will require all municipal workers, including police officers, teachers, trash truck drivers, cab drivers, TikTok, all kinds of people to get that COVID shot. I'm on a mission today. Y'all gonna hear this shit. I don't care. I told you guys it was coming. Ain't nothing you
He
guys can
froze.
say to me. I told you guys it was coming. The federal government is going to pass that bill, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Then they about to give employees power. You cannot sue them or nothing. If you don't have your shots, goodbye. So I told you it's coming. Everybody said, "Oh, they can't do that. We're going to sue." It's not going to happen. Watch what I tell you. So, Tony Kirby, what you got to say about that?
They can do whatever they want. If it's put in law, I guess they can mandate the vaccine. However, if you are um, allergic to something in that vaccine, you are going to be exempt from taking the vaccine, as well as if it's for religious reasons, you can be exempt from taking the vaccine.
Nope, false. I will rebuttal that later.
Okay.
Larry Adams, what you think about that? Oh, my fault, Larry. I muted you. My fault. Go ahead, Larry. What you think about that?
Well, as she stated like an option. I think the option they're going to do is that you get tested every week or something like that. That's the only option it's going
And
to
you
do.
got to pay for it.
Oh yeah, well, oh yeah, yeah. Oh really?
Yep.
Okay. Well, yep. You'll be thinking.
Now, you really eating on the program?
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, cool.
Only on the rebuttal entertainment, baby. Light
Uh,
skin dude, what you
I
think about
got
that
you.
situation?
I got you.
I knew it was coming, Lewis. When we talked about it a lot, man. I think we knew it was coming because whenever the numbers started going back up, it's something got to be done. And this is the government way of saying, look, we got to be seen doing what's right by the people. Which to some degree, I applaud them for making an effort, like last administration didn't do. They're making efforts to keep people safe. You know, you just got to think the numbers going up. They got to do something, and this is the only hand that they have to play at this moment because that variant, that Delta variant, man, it's sweeping through a lot of states, man. Whenever they put that state on the board, that when they put the map and they put the numbers up there, something's gonna be done because all of the
Hmm.
states, the main states, the numbers are climbing high rapidly, man. So it's like surprise.
Okay. Melinda?
Yeah, I kind of figured that especially healthcare workers were gonna have to do it because you can't be that's a liability for the hospital. They already know COVID people gonna be on the ward, and then they have to deal with COVID people. So I figured they were gonna try to. I didn't know they were gonna do all municipal, but I knew healthcare workers were gonna have to do it because they already mandate healthcare workers to do certain things anyway. Because when I was working for hospice, even though I wasn't doing direct patient care, I was counseling patients. But in order to be by bedside, I needed to get the flu shot. And before that point, I hadn't gotten the flu shot for like maybe a decade or two. Because I'm like, no, I don't need a flu shot and I'm not going to get it. But they were like, if you want to be bedside with these patients that are dying and you're not going to compromise them. So I was like, okay, I understand that. And then I took my flu shot. And then also in, I think it was 2012, me and my daughter went to Japan and we had to get a rack of vaccines before they was going to even let us travel to Japan. So we already got mandatory stuff in place anyway. It's not nothing new. And then they have mandatory shots for people going into schools. Children get mandatory. They can't go to school if they don't have their polio, the the mumps, rubella, and something else. But it's a series of shots that are all together in one syringe. And they can't go into school if they don't get that shot and they don't have their shot records up to date. So yeah, we don't like it, but it's not nothing new. They have mandated us to do stuff before, and they will do it again and again and again. Whenever they feel like they need to do something and they're going to make us do it, there's really nothing we can do unless we go off the grid. That's our only option is to be like, hey, I'm going to live, in the woods somewhere and I'm not going to interact with people and I'm not going to get certain jobs or whatever. And it's sad because, we keep screaming this is the home of the free, land of the brave, but yet and still, there's very few freedoms we really have, and we have to understand that. We can't fight it. It's just what it is going to be. I already got my shots, so I don't have to deal with it. But there is the prospect that I might have to get an additional shot. And right now, the thing that I was talking about the other day is we really, really don't know how these shots are interacting with different things. Because right now they're doing this to save our lives, which is understandable. But how is this shot interacting with my cancer possibility? Because the kind of cancer I have is triple negative, which is hard to treat anyway. And they said it's more than likely that it's going to reoccur. So with all that being said, is that putting me more in jeopardy? It's a situation where I can't be thinking about those little things every day because the way I eat alone could kill me before the cancer even comes into play. But at the end of the day, we don't know how they interact with already happening situations, and we don't know how it's going to interact with fertility and different things. It's going to be a wait and see kind of situation.
I got you. I totally agree with you. I'm getting background. But Tony, section 1744 of the article states that religious people or leaders are not exempt from the vaccination shots. So let me tell y'all what's going on. It's just crazy, but I knew it was coming. Now the stores, what I'm hearing, the airports, bus stations, you're gonna have to it's in the car. You're gonna have to pull your card out, Larry, Melinda, Tony, and show these people that you have both your shots to enter or get or do anything from now on till further notice when they start passing these laws and bills. But I knew it was coming, and that's another reason because I travel a lot. I knew it was coming. That's why I got my shots too, not just because safety measures for me and stuff like that. Because I'm understand that this new Delta vaccine it's crazy. You know what I mean? You might get sick, but you won't be hospitalized, and saving people lives. Because I'm understanding people who getting that they die. And they getting in the hospital. So no, it is what it is. But I just knew it was coming. But people still can do what you want to do. Just be safe, wear your masks, and do what you got to do to protect yourself. You know what I mean? So that is with that, man. So the Biden administration to resume fast track deportation procedure for migrants. So they getting them out of here. They getting them out of here. I know Melinda gonna go off on this one, so I'm gonna start with you first, Lou. So they getting them out of here, Lou.
Yeah, and it's and you know what? And I seen it coming. I mean, I know this don't have anything to do with what we're talking about, but it's related in some way. I watch a lot of the National Geographic channels and the nature channels and stuff. So what they're saying is, if we could stop them from coming into the country and deporting them back, that would help out us a lot. And what I mean by that is you got so much violence going on the border that it's hurting us, with them getting the drugs in the country and stuff like that. So for me, I'm all for it because mainly they're deporting the people who are getting in trouble. Just think about it. The people who are, I guess you could say the bad people, they're deporting them out of here. So I think I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Larry, what you think, Larry? They trying to get them up out of here, Larry.
So is this a fast track to process them to come here or to leave?
To leave, get them back out of here.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, to leave, get them out of here.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, well, he probably, his cup running over. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what it is, Larry.
Yeah, the overflow. Yeah,
Melinda agree with you, Larry.
The surge, the surge is starting to look bad politically. You understand? They're going to start beating on that, say he ain't got control of that or what happened. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like in D.C. with the crime rate. And in a minute, Trump and them are going to be saying, you see those weak black Democratic leaders, da-da-da-da. So you're giving them something to beat you with a ball-peen hammer, or what have you. You're setting yourself up like that or what have you. So he's got to do that. And, he's coming, but he ain't giving us no reparation. And he's still talking about more holidays. You understand? So that don't do us no good and what have you. We talking about the original immigrants. We were the original ones for 400-something years.
Hey, look, they really want to ban us.
But they can't deport us because they can't send us no way. You know, one of the first proclamations, Emancipation Proclamations, was to send us, because they had 5 of them. They had 5 Emancipation Proclamations. One of them was to ship us to Texas. That's what Lincoln, and that's what Texas and back to Africa. And it been all solved. You see? Oh, they wanted to do that real bad. But then I think the Civil War broke out or whatever. Anything, what can we do with them to get rid of them or whatever? We'd have put the drugs. We'd have done we're doing the gentrification. We'd have done the LGTB to make the black man irrelevant and what have just total out of the picture. Women are saying we don't need no man. The police going crazy like Keystone cops in D.C. But I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you where they got the wake up call. On that testimony today, I don't know if some of y'all heard it or whatever. The Capitol Hill policeman said, I felt sorry for him though. He said, there he go big tidy. Talking about I ain't never been called the N-word and do. And then when I told about I voted for Biden, you see that? This whole N-word. The white woman turned around, called him N-word.
You know the Republicans don't care, man. They don't really care. Now we're gonna get into that though, Larry. I got something about that. Go ahead, Tony.
Anyway, go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead, Tony. What do you think about that, Tony?
I agree with them fast tracking the deportation. They did let it get out of hand. I will say that, and it's about time that they do get a handle on this. Trump was trying to keep things under wraps with it, and you know that's one thing that I didn't agree with him initially, but I do agree with him. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah, they do definitely need to get that under wraps.
Melinda?
See, sometimes you gotta be careful about how you talk about other people, because like Tony said, they talk so bad about how Trump handled it, and I'm not agreeing with Trump at all, not even on this. But they talked about how he handled it, how he was deporting and whatever, and they campaigned on that. They were like, "Oh, he's awful, and he's the dreamers, and we can't do that to the kids." And now he's also doing the same thing that they said was so awful and that they wouldn't do. Now he has to do it because he's hit with reality of we're overcrowded, a whole bunch of going on, and it's putting a strain on the economy in itself because the people can't take care of themselves. So it has to be some stuff put into place to help take care of them until they can take care of themselves, and they wasn't prepared for that. So when they were trying to campaign on the "we're better than them" platform, they didn't really understand what was going on in the background. Trump is the only asshole that's willing to be like, I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I ain't worried about how nobody feel about it or what nobody think about me. The Democrats always worrying about how they're perceived, and then have to end up doing the same things that they cry out about. So I'm starting to be disillusioned with the Biden administration. I've been from like the first 100 days, and people are like, well, give it a break because he just got in office. Here's the thing: the stuff that he's saying that he wouldn't do, he's doing. The stuff that he said he was gonna do, he's not doing. What happened to my student loans? What happened to my reparations? What happened to my my voters' rights and police reform? Since they hate saying, defund the police. Nobody's saying that no more, and yet and still we don't have anything. I heard that they passed some kind of infrastructure. We're gonna have to see what that is, because just because they say they passed it don't mean that it has all the components that the original did. Because the thing about the Democrats is that in order to take one step forward, they get pushed back 3 steps, and then they're like, but we got to step forward. You still behind because all the stuff that you said you wanted, they took it out of your bill and they gave you crumbs, just like they give black people crumbs with this holiday and all that other stuff. So yeah, I agree. The system is overburdened with taking care of everybody else. and
Gotcha.
every other country and all that
Okay.
other stuff. And then they got people starving in our own city and homeless in our own city. I'm not against helping others, but you have to take care of home first. And when they get that under control, then they can immigrants, because that's what this country was built on. It says,
Mhm.
bring me your poor, your homeless, your hungry on the Statue of Liberty. But at the
Mhm.
end of the day, if you're not taking care of your own home, don't be inviting nobody else in
I
until you
got you.
get that squared
Got you.
away.
Well, Melinda, I got to rebuttal something you said. You know what
Okay.
I mean? I never goes against my sister, but I got to rebuttal
That's what
something
we
she
call
said.
the rebuttal
That's right.
entertainment.
Did you not just say you don't believe nothing, or you ain't gonna say nothing to agree
I'm
with
not gonna
something
do it.
Donald Trump said, right?
No, nope.
All right. Well, you just said taking care of home first, right?
I
So
ain't
what
say
was
that.
Donald Trump motto? See, I got you.
No, but I know what you're saying. But no,
Okay,
I
well,
don't agree on his methods.
all
But
right.
at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
he did what he had to do with the situations that he had,
Mm-hmm.
and he did it the worst possible way. But he got stuff done,
Got
and that's all I'm saying. He did something that was uncomfortable for everybody else to do,
you. Mm-hmm.
and he did it. And he was like, "I don't care what y'all think about it." Now the Democrats have to do the same thing, but they all, they wringing their hands and they were like, "Oh," and they're trying to call it something else, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing he did.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't want to be the bad guys doing it, but it needs to be done.
Well, let me tell you why Biden is changing. Do y'all know what his presidential rating is now?
It's low.
It dropped 35, 40% now. It was at 80 something percent. It's like 55 now. So it's like not everybody's like you pledge a lot of shit, but where is that? Like Melinda said. I mean, and I'm fed up with them. I'm already fed up with them. So I don't know, man. And further the dreamers and trying to get the migrants out of here. He didn't keep them in cages. That was a good thing, like Trump did. They was sleeping in
That
that
was
piss
trifling.
doodle and all that stuff and all that. So at least he did get them out of there. But like you said, they quit. The quicker they coming in, the quicker they trying to ship them out now. You know what I mean? Because we got our own problem. We can't keep taking care of y'all looking at you guys and trying to get y'all homes and see if y'all got visas and send y'all back to where y'all came from, Venezuela, and all that stuff, man. So we got problems over here. We got real bad problems, and we got to take care. Like Melinda said, we got to take care of America first, man. We got to take care of America first. You know what I mean, Lou?
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree with you, Lewis, because you got to think about how much money is put into keeping the criminals out of our country, because they manipulate the system of coming over here and set up shop. Maybe I watch too much of the drug DEA shows, but they break it down verbatim. No, they break it down verbatim, man. How these narcotic, how they manipulate the system, man. How they get people to come over here and they set up shop. California, Texas, wherever it is they go, and I think it's more money spent on trying to keep them out of here versus putting the money back into our own country, man. Taking care of home first. Y'all couldn't have said it no better.
Got you. Well, for you drinkers out there, study shows, y'all might not like this. Melinda, I know you heard it. Study shows drinking alcohol may be related to cancer. Let me unmute my man Larry Adams and let him start with that one.
Oh, well, I don't drink, first of all. So maybe it could be. I really don't know the diagnosis
Do you think
on
it's
that
going
or
to
what
stop
have
slow
you.
people down from drinking?
No. It don't work like that. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. You can tell them, you can look at them now. This is because it's been in my family, it's been in my relationships. Well, you can tell them, look at them, say, "Hey, look like you've been to Jamaica somewhere. Where you been? You got that tan." "Oh, I just been by my aunts and whatever, and they got cirrhosis of the liver, 50-90 going north." You understand? Because that's the first thing it does. It tans you. And you say, "Whoa." You get this tan, like, "Man, where you been?" You know what I'm saying, or what have you. But your liver can no longer function. It cannot clean out that toxic waste. But you know, the liver rebuilds itself, though. It rebuilds itself. Some people can get a half a liver and it'll grow. It rebuilds itself. It rebuilds itself. So I don't know.
You know what? They need to do more on this study because they ain't show how long they did the study or stuff like that. They ain't giving none of that information out. Maybe they're trying to convince people from drinking. You know, Tony, what you think about this? Drinking alcohol may be related to cancer. Study finds.
Well, anything is pretty much linked to giving you cancer these days. Certain foods. So I'm not surprised. At one point, they did say drinking was bad for you, and then another time it was good for you if you drank a glass of wine, red wine, whatever. So I'm not surprised. They just keep changing their research and always link it back to cancer at some point.
Lou?
Man, I'm like Tony, man. Damn if you do, damn if you don't, man. It's gonna always be a study showing something that causes cancer. So, I mean, drinking is bad for you. Like you don't need a test to show you that. Like if you drink, your liver's going to be bad. It goes without saying. But like Tony said, it's always gonna be something. So I'm not surprised. But I mean, if you're drinking, just I guess cut back on it. If they say it's called cancer, so that's my take on it.
Melinda?
I'm gonna have to disagree with the study because at the end of the day, everything causes cancer nowadays. I don't drink alcohol at all, not even wine coolers, and I have cancer. And you can get cancer from the food you eat and the air you breathe. And it's just do everything in moderation and live your life and enjoy it. You know, the first thing when I had to meet my cancer team, they were like, hey, we're gonna give you a dietitian. Do you want that? I was like, for what? Because I'm not gonna change the way I eat. And then she was like, for real? I'm like, no, I'm gonna enjoy. You're telling me that I have a certain amount of time to live. And then you're gonna tell me that I can't have no fun living it? No, I don't want your vegetables and your fruits and your stuff. I'm gonna have my steak and I'm gonna do whatever, and I'm gonna have the cake and the ice cream and all, and I'm gonna enjoy my life because the way they're coming at us, everything causes cancer, and we're gonna die from something. Right now, we sitting here fighting COVID and different variants and whatever. You think I'm gonna stop eating the stuff that I like or drinking the things that I like, and then I'm gonna die next week because I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and somebody breathed hard on me? Moderation.
Gotcha.
And enjoy your life. I'm not gonna sit there and let nobody study because they did genetic testing on me when they found out I had cancer. There's no logical reason why I have it. It's not in my family. According to my genetic screening, I'm not supposed to have it. So why are we doing all the stuff we doing? Enjoy your life. Do stuff in moderation. Don't hurt nobody else. And have as much fun as you possibly can because you don't know how much time you got left.
Exactly. Well, people know me, I don't care about none of that shit. I'm going to do what I want to do, how I'm going to do it. You can find whatever you want to find. Study can show whatever you want to show, you know what I mean? Even though I don't drink, I'm going to live my life and enjoy my life, you know what I mean? Because like Tony said, everything now costs something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like everything now costs something. It just is way of the world now. You know what I mean? Just like they talk about pork now, something about pork. I'm like, man, y'all, it's just crazy, man. You know what I mean? Like
it never ends. It never ends. Whatever. I mean, they have so many products out there now. Particularly, I mean, for instance, they show you one can of tuna fish, and just like Subway don't like this, they show you this can, and then they show you the wild tuna fish.
Well, I had Subway tuna fish 2 days ago.
Yeah, okay, right. It's not bad to me either. But then they show you real tuna fish, and you say, "Whoa!" You know? And Subway had to come out there with a disclaimer about that. They had to justify.
There's no tuna in the Subway tuna sandwich. And my daughter eats that all the time. That's her favorite sandwich.
That's all I eat. I still eat it. I don't care.
Yeah, she don't care either.
See, I don't care.
Right. Like you say, Tony, damn if you do, damn if you don't, Tony. You said it best.
That's right.
So, But this next one is kind of on the sentimental side. Sorry, Tony, but y'all know Instagram for kids is happening despite the backlash. Should kids be on social media? Well, I'm gonna start this one, so let me sit up. You ignorant fucks. Why would you put kids on social media with all these pedophiles, all these rapist people out here, and you want to put these kids on social media? Anything for a platform to advertise to make money. Something is wrong with you people. I mean, who is doing this advertising? Who's y'all advertiser? You know what I mean? Everything shouldn't be about money. It just shouldn't be about money. So parents, y'all gotta be on your kids behind. You gotta look behind them. You gotta make sure what they're doing. Now you gotta monitor their laptops and their schoolwork. Cause you know what is they gonna have Instagram for kids? Cause you look on Instagram now, and you don't see the butt popping, coochie popping.
That's it.
I mean, so I mean, and men lurking. Lurking. So what do you think they're gonna do with these kids get on here? I mean, this stuff is just crazy. What's going on with this world, man? I mean, they need to stop some of this stuff, man. You know what I mean? Because these people with these platforms, all these billionaires like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all these people at Facebook and on Instagram, but you know, all these people doing the same stuff over. They need to be monitored and monitored real bad. Ain't no way in hell they should have Instagram for kids. You know what I mean? So go ahead, Melinda.
Well, you know, my Facebook page is strictly no children, period. Not family members. I have the most adorable nephew now. He's 1 year old. No pictures of him nowhere. There weren't any pictures of my daughter on there. My daughter, she got a Facebook page when she turned 18. Because I was like, no, you don't got nothing on there. You see your friends every day. Talk to them at school. Bring them home. You don't need to be talking to them everywhere else. So I still have that rule. I don't click like on my friend's page. I don't share anything with children in it. If my friend put a picture of themselves, I'll click like. But if there's a child with them, I will not, because it bounces off to different pages and different people see it, and you don't know what kind of people are seeing your children. So that's my one and hard rule. I'm not liking none of my friends' kids. I might do a side message and say, oh, they look cute in that or whatever, but I am not going to be the reason that some pedophile gets access to that child. And because I'm in mental health, I'm not always working with people that are mentally stable. So then I put my child or my family relative child, and they got beef with me, they got access to my family's minors. I don't click like on none of my friends' pictures of their children unless their children are over 21. That's my rule.
Got you, Tony. What you think about it?
I think that it's disgusting. It opens up, like you all said, to pedophilia. And these kids are exposed to enough as it is, be it TV, in school, hanging out with their friends or whatever. And they have no business having their own platform. Children should not be exposed to any social media type of programming at 16 is even too young. 18 and older should be this age. And the bottom line is, like Melinda said, you shouldn't even be broadcasting your kids on your social media pages, period. You don't know who's a friend of whom, and they are taking those pictures, using them for their own selfish reasons. So, yeah, I don't agree with it at all.
Like, what you think about it now? Kids on Instagram now getting their own stuff, man. This stuff is just crazy. What you think, Larry?
Another avenue, another venue for trafficking.
Yeah.
That's all that's gonna be. And then you got, you have this pedophile organization called the North American Man Love Boy Association. They specialize in pedophilia. And they're trying to get sanctioned. They have a lobbyist up on Capitol Hill or what have you, that they believe that's normal. You see? And so, and then you're right back in the legacy of Jeffrey Epstein, more or less, to be continued, part 2. That's all that is. And I don't follow those sites up there. I don't know what they doing. Ain't no telling. So then you got something for kids. so they
Yep.
can learn how to participate in something like that and what have you. I mean, they do what they see. They do what they see. I don't care whatever. They gonna see it on there and they gonna do it. They gonna do it, man. They
Yep.
gonna do it.
Yep.
And anyway, that phone, that's one of the most competitive
Mhm.
things in their peer group, their parents and teachers and all of them. That surpasses, that supersedes all the rest of that.
Yeah.
It's the phone and
And that's how they groom them. That's how the pedophiles groom them from
Yep.
them little sites and stuff.
that's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
That's,
Yep.
and this
So
new site, everybody gonna be excited to jump on there, and whoever can do the walk first, hey, you see what I'm saying? You
Little
make the
kids,
call.
man. It's just a
yeah.
shame, Lou. Lou, what you
Yeah.
think, Lou?
Hey,
Man, I'm like you, Lewis. I got to sit up on this one, man, because I remember my daughter. My daughter's 23 now, but I remember her coming up in a younger age. She wanted her own page and stuff. Me and my wife at the time, we shut that shit down because it's serious out there. I don't know if you guys watched the show called How to Catch a Predator. What's the guy's
Hmm.
name? Chris. His first name is Chris. I forgot his last name. It really opened my eyes up to a lot of stuff, man. The people that they were catching, Lewis, priests, fire department captains, police captains, people from all walks of life. If you look at these people, you're like, damn, that's a stand-up type guy. But you catching these same guys on How to Catch a Predator, man. This show right here opened my eyes up to a lot, and it made me put my parent cap on a little tight. It was already on, but it made me tighten it up a little more because getting kids being able to get their own page is just another avenue for these pedophiles to manipulate, man. And I think it's wrong, and I think it's disgusting. Like Tony said, it's just disgusting all over, man. Because anytime you can give a predator like that another avenue, it's just not good, man. It's not. Anybody who have a daughter, or it could be a son, because some of these guys they've been looking for little boys too. So it's just like it's just another avenue, man, for
Yeah,
these guys
that's what they
to
want.
just yeah, exactly. So I just disgust it, man.
I got you, man. It's just man, this world, man. I tell you. Well, we're gonna go back to the COVID situation, but something different. Larry, Dr. Fauci was on Capitol Hill, going back and forth with everybody because of the mask situation. They trying to say he flip flopped and all that stuff. You know what I mean? He flipping, flopping, and flopping, flipping. They getting on the Republicans, everybody. You know what I mean? They getting on them, Larry. So Dr. Fauci told them. Dr. Fauci said the science didn't change. The virus did, Larry. Was he right?
that's right. That's right. The virus new and improved. You understand what I'm saying? And I told you to take the precautions or whatever. And now, look what you got to do. I just hope they don't close back down the city. If that's it, if they do that again, it's all over.
Yep.
It's all over if they close the city back down again, man, and whatever. So now with this, and I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna have this every year. We're gonna have to get another shot. I hope by sometime somebody gets a pill and what have you, because your body's gonna be taking the abuse of the needle and everything. Because every year somebody gonna say, "Oh, they caught a new strain up in Maine. It's coming down the East Coast," and then there we go. Just like with a snowfall, everybody run to the grocery store, clean off the shelves, get all the shots. It's something we gotta live with it.
Larry, I'm not taking no more shots. I'm done.
So, yeah, I guess, hey man, I'm telling you, we gotta live with it.
Yeah,
We gotta
that's
live with
it.
it, man.
That's it.
And people don't.
It is what it is. No more shots.
Some
I say it is what
some
it
people
is. No
took the
more
shot.
shots for
Some
me,
people
man.
ain't taking the shot. Yeah, no more shots.
That's it. Tony,
I
what
hear
you
you.
think? Dr. Fauci said the science didn't change, the virus did. Was he right?
Yes, I agree. The virus changed, and the bottom line is, I think they opened everything up too soon. They didn't even have this regular COVID under control, and for now, the Delta variant is out, and I think there's another strand that's out in addition to the Delta variant.
Yeah.
These strains are 10 times worse than the COVID. So I agree people should be wearing their mask and people should still be social distancing and doing what they need to do to prevent the spread. But you have people who are not vaccinated, who are going out without masks, who are not protecting themselves and those who have been vaccinated.
So that's why everything about to change, man. Lou, what you think, Lou? My fault, Lou. Wait a minute. Go ahead. Lou, you muted. You mute. There you go.
Yeah, I muted myself. Yeah, leave Dr. Fauci alone, man. I ain't gonna say I like him, but he served his purpose, man. Leave that guy alone. Hey, I remember when the virus first came out, I was listening to this guy, man. I think he served under Dr. Fauci. He said that this virus is a mutating virus. He said, I don't think y'all understand. He broke it down so a caveman can understand. When I found out that this virus can adapt to any vaccine that you put out for it, that's what really got my attention. So that's all he's dealing with right now. He can't control what the virus do. The virus is doing what it naturally does. It mutates. So leave him alone, man. He trying, man. I mean, I don't think he flip flop. I think he just adapted to what the virus is doing.
Melinda.
I'm in agreement with everybody on the panel. The virus just adapted to its environment, and we have to adapt as well. Fauci just adapted to whatever the new information was. At the time, what information he had, he gave his best assessment and told us from what that situation was, what we should be doing. But then when it changes, we have to change, and you have to be flexible. You can't think that everything is going to remain the same in a virus that nobody knew nothing about a year and a half ago to 2 years ago. So at the end of the day, it's going to change again, and they're going to be upset with him even more because we're not listening. We're not doing the things to prevent additional problems. So then when we end up locked down again, everybody gonna be mad and blaming him like he created the virus. Well, they saying that, he had a part in it. I don't know how true or not true that is. I always thought that it was a man-made something, or it was already there and they made it worse, experimenting on it, and then it got out. And that's why we dealing with what we dealing with now. That's not a conspiracy theory, but there's a whole lab in Fort Detrick, Maryland, that's all they do. They have every known virus, disease, and everything in that lab.
Yep.
I know because I
Sure
work
do.
as USAMRID. And in USAMRID, that's where the what's that thing that they was putting it in the mail? It came from there. So for people to understand that, yeah, anthrax came from USAMRID, the strain that was going all around, and they was putting in the envelope. And the person that did it, I knew him. So, because I worked with him. So all I'm saying is that people saying that, we talking about conspiracies. It's not a conspiracy if it's true or if it's been done before, or there's a pattern of them doing stuff like that. They have a whole building dedicated to experimenting on diseases that already have been in existence and seeing how they can change it and make it a biological warfare so they can put it out on somebody else. And I don't doubt that this was one of them situations. And then the virus adapted to its environment and now it's getting worse. And they're like, oh, it's out of control. We didn't intend to do this. I don't think they intended to do this, but they intended to make it a weapon to use it on other people because that's how humanity that we live in are. We're just doing stuff that we should know better not to do. That's like, scientists that, you see them movies of the mad scientists. We're going to bring dinosaurs back. For what? Why are you trying to bring a dinosaur back? Why are you messing with dinosaur eggs? They was a havoc back then. Where they going to fit in now? We always doing something. So at the end of the day, that's what he knew. He made decisions according to what he knew at the time. Those situations change. We got to adapt and stop blaming him for having to change according to what is happening at the time. Because if he don't change, we have old information and bad information, and that's not going to help us in any kind of way. So what we need to do, since he's the authority in this particular situation, is to listen and follow direction so we can come out of this. Because to be honest, I am tired of wearing a mask, but I will if I have to protect myself and the people around me, because everybody can't get that shot. They have people that, like Tony said, they might be allergic to, some things in that shot. They can't take it, or their particular disease that they're dealing with won't allow them to take it. or their immune system is so low that they can't. So do what you're supposed to do so I can stop having to wear this mask. I'm sick of it.
Totally
And
agree.
that's
He's
what
not flip flopping. He's just doing his job.
right.
He's right about what happened and stuff like that. So, the GOP, they the ones that flip flopping. You know what I mean? They the ones that crazy and stuff like that. But I got a question I want to ask Larry. Larry,
Yeah.
you know how we was young, everybody had to go to school, they had to get the shots, the measles, the mumps. Then some people had to get the polio shot and all that stuff, right?
Right.
We ain't know what the fuck was in that stuff. Why are we complaining now?
And
I
they
just want to
would
know, Larry. Just explain it to me. Why are we complaining now?
and you didn't complain about it, like you
Exactly.
said.
Exactly.
And they weren't gonna let you start school unless you had your shots.
Exactly.
Exactly. No problem. And you were
So
getting a
what's the problem
series
now
of
then?
shots.
What's the problem?
It got too politicized. Politics it got too politicized. And what have you. It made a big political issue out of it. And what have you. Dig it, man. That's what it is. And then again, too, see, I guess maybe those kind of diseases were they more national, within the country as opposed to the virus. The virus is international.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like that too. The depth of it. But as a child, you got all those shots. You had to have a series of shots.
Did
Shoot,
you
we
know what
still
was
got
in them?
scars from the shot.
Did you know
Yeah.
what was in them, Larry?
No. And my
Yeah,
parents didn't
explain to
care.
me why I still got a scar from a shot that I got when I was little.
You see what I'm saying? Right. You didn't know what was in it.
Tell us,
You don't
Yeah,
know-
we didn't know what was in it, but we all got that shot if you
Exactly.
over 45.
Exactly.
And-
So
that's
you see
right.
where I'm going with this, Larry? That's
Exactly.
polio. Ain't nobody wants to get that polio shot. Nobody. 'Cause
Nope.
that shit was killing people, but they still took it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
because
And I
because
totally
it's-
agree because it's highly publicized.
Yeah.
but that stopped a lot of polio too.
Exactly.
That did work.
Mhm.
That polio was an animal, man. That was an animal.
But I said, I asked you that question just through this. This is highly publicized. It's just, we taking another shot. That's how I look at it. But
Right.
people got they go this, that. You wasn't complaining when you took all the motherfucking shots when you was young. You wasn't complaining. You ain't know what was in them. They could have put some damn Clorox in it. You ain't
Right,
know.
yeah. Hey, look, all
You know what I
knew
mean? Yeah,
that
let's
on
be
the
real
first
about
day
it.
of
If you're gonna be
school,
real about it, be
yeah.
real about it.
That's
We ain't
right.
know
All
what was
you
in that
knew-
stuff. The measles, the mumps, chickenpox.
Right. Yeah. All
You know,
you
we
knew
don't
was
need-
that you was going to school
All
the
right.
next day. That's all
What's
you
in the
knew.
flu shot, Melinda?
Yeah, I don't know. Cause just like in 2012, I done took like 6 straight shots in a row because my shot records wasn't up to date. But I knew I was going to Japan, so I was like, give it to me. And it was all at the same time. My arm was hurt like I don't know what, but I did it. And I didn't know what was in them. It was like a hepatitis B and A and measles and all kind of stuff. And they was like, hey, you need 6 shots. I'm like, give it to me. Because I was going. So the only problem I had with this particular shot is those shots that I had to take before have been out for a while. We've seen the effects. They've been out for decades. So
Yeah.
I'm like, even though I don't know what's in it, I know it's track record. So that's why I
Yeah.
was a little hesitant on this shot because I'm like, I don't know the track record. I never said I didn't want to take it. I just said I wanted to wait to see what happened to everybody else.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with most people. They want to wait and see, but it's to the point where we can't even wait and see anymore because it's getting
Right.
dangerous.
Right.
I just wanted to ask that question. It was public. Go ahead, Lou.
Hey, Melinda, I gotta jump on your back with that one. Hey, all of us, we remember as kids, you probably be playing or whatever, and somebody gonna jump off and do something that's probably gonna hurt you or do something stupid. You wait to see what's gonna happen to them before you decide to do it. Same thing here. It's like this shot, I studied it because we didn't know what it would do. I wanted to see enough people that I know get the shot and they were okay. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm on board with it. So yeah, I gotta ride with you on that one, Melinda.
Yeah. So I just want to bring that to these people's attention who watching the stuff and refuse to get it, and the ones that don't get it, they don't need protect. They don't need wear no masks, to keep all us safe. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it is what it is, man. So Should America be tired of the GOP because mostly all of them are siding with the riders? It's so disturbing, Lou. I mean, these GOP people do not care. I mean, they were making the police officers cry at the hearing, man. They told one of them he was fake and lying. I mean, what the audacity, Lou?
Man, hey, look, at the end of the day, Lewis, it's all about clearing the Republicans' name, clearing Trump's name. Because I sat up here and watched these guys. The one captain, man, he broke down in tears, man. I think he explained it. He said when he came home, his wife wanted to hug him. He said he had to push her away because he had so much chemicals on him. I mean, he was in tears, man, and they had to give him a couple of recesses because he was so emotional, man. For me, I just feel like they just trying to clear the GOP's name. They don't want to get that committee because what it's going to do is it's going to bring a lot of details of what happened to light, and it's going to hurt the Republican Party. That's what this is all about. This is not about doing the right thing. It's about covering the Republicans' ass because their guy that they had in office as the president, he fucked up, and they don't want the details and stuff to be exposed because you got to remember we got another Senate race coming up pretty soon. So all this stuff plays a part in that, man.
Next year. Tony, what you think?
Right.
It's very disheartening. I was watching some of the hearings yesterday, and to hear the recount of the day and how they were attacked. The one officer was beaten with his own baton. I can't imagine. I just cannot imagine going through something like that. And the last administration was fully responsible for this, and they should not have had it to get to that point. They're still trying to say that he's going to be coming back into office. They're still delusional about this man not being in office. And I think, something's wrong when you think what you did on that day is okay. And it's not okay. More people could have been killed. More people could have been injured. We don't know how many people really were injured, but we do know there was a couple deaths. But the fact is, it never should have happened in the first place.
Melinda?
There's a couple of things that stood out to me when I was hearing these hearings. And it was some things that the officer said. One of them said that regardless of however those people treated him, the senators that are and the politicians that are trying to deny him that he still have to protect. He said he's going to continue to protect them regardless of how they act. That was deep, and that was some loyalty that I don't even have in me. Because if I see somebody trying to rush one of them, I'll be like, I don't see nothing, because that's how they acting about their injuries and their trauma. They acting like they didn't see nothing, they didn't know nothing. Half of them was under the desk and said that it was wrong at the time, and then backtracked and said, oh no, we didn't say that, we didn't mean that. The second thing the other one said was that they need to treat this situation like a hitman. When a hitman hires somebody to do something and he tries to kill somebody, they not only put the hitman in jail, but they put the person that hired him in jail too.
Exactly.
That stuck out to me as well. And then here's a third thing that people are not really thinking about because they so busy focusing on Trump and focusing on the police. But there were some politicians that was there that was involved in it too. That one politician that on the way in, he was waving at the crowd or whatever, he was involved in it. He instigated it. And there was a couple of others that was in there that was scared for their lives at the moment, but they instigated it and they didn't know it was going to get out of control. So not only that's why they're against any hearings, and that's why they're denying. They're not just looking out for Trump. They're looking out for themselves too, because they got wrapped up in some stuff that they didn't think about beforehand. They didn't know it was going to get like this. They didn't know it was going to go this far. They thought they was going to be, okay, we're going to put Trump back in office and we're going to hype them up so that they can go and rally or whatever. They didn't know it was going to turn violent, and neither did Trump. And then after a while, he was like, oh shit, look what I did. And then it was like, oh, they was hugging and kissing each other. And that one police officer was like, well, why don't we go and hug and kiss him like how he said they did us? you cannot see those tapes because some of them tapes are even worse than we've seen before this point. The stuff that I seen yesterday, I never saw before. I saw some bad ones, but it was even worse. And then they showed pictures of how one of the officer's foot was split and he had to get stitches, and they have concussions and they have post-traumatic stress. It's all kind of stuff going on, not just the people that died. So yeah, they're caught up. Some of them politicians are caught up and are at fault. So if it gets a full investigation, it's going to be found that they also instigated. They were saying before that a couple of people that worked there gave tours prior to the 6th so they can know how to get around the building. You don't think that they're going to get caught up in that? And that's why they're fighting. Some of them are fighting for Trump because they want to get back in, but some of them are fighting so that their ass don't end up in jail too.
Got it. Larry?
Policemen, man, and they got their wake-up call, especially those black policemen. See, they never thought you could call them a nigga. I mean, you know, my man Big Tiny, his feelings was hurt. Then they told him he was another nigga for voting for Trump. That just did him. But he thought because he was at the uniform, he was at the law and order on the Capitol. You know, they never called him a nigga in uniform before. That's what he said. So I don't know what they call him out of uniform. But I told him, man, just to try to do school security. Go over there to the junior high schools and try to do school security and see what they call you all day long.
Exactly.
And run down the hall somewhere. So but they have so much pride. They have so much pride, like they don't know what's going on out here. Then you better start looking at the news. And whatever they call us now, you may have thought maybe because you had on the uniform, they may have at least called you Mr. Nigga.
Right, because they thought Blue Lives Mattered.
Yeah, so you say Mr. Nigga. You give me a problem. But
I hate to laugh, man, but shit crazy.
but see, they have so much pride. But the black police department, I believe, was started. They were started in South Carolina. They were plantation police. They were to maintain and control the runaway slaves or any slaves doing anything, what have you. And then it evolved to the police force. And they didn't have black policemen maybe to 1944 or 1945 or whatever. And the first 2 years, they weren't allowed to carry guns. And
how you gonna police without carrying guns?
And you better not lock up
with
no
the baton.
And you don't lock up no white people. Oh, no, because they were scared to give them guns because they said they still got that hostility in them. They may turn on us. Exactly. Yeah, they thinking that. They thinking. They homicidal, but they're not suicidal. As the man would say.
I got you, man.
So that's the way they did. So, and then they just gave them power. But like the man said, like when the writer said, you ain't nothing. You ain't nothing but a nigga. A nigga that voted for Trump. Then he told him, you take off that gun or whatever, we show you what they. Oh, I showed him. I'd have cocked it.
Hey, look. I told y'all, I used to work for the FAA and I used to work for the Department of Transportation, Armed Security Guard. Let me tell y'all something. I cannot see in the life of me why they didn't fire their ass up. You got the right to fire them up in the law. I'm telling you, I did it for 7 years. Your job is to protect them no matter what.
One of them explained why they didn't, though.
I don't care what. I heard that crap. I just shook my head. Everybody different. I'd have fired their ass up.
Had they been black, they would have got fired up. Trust me when I tell you.
Exactly. I just, you know what? I ain't gonna say that they got what they deserve because they didn't. They tried to do. Y'all should have pulled y'all guns out, and once you start putting them hot balls in their head, they just start running out of their capital. Wait a minute, Lou. Go ahead, Lou. They start running out of their capital.
Right. I can't for the life of me. I just don't understand it because anybody know I've never been shot before, but nobody wants that hot ball in their ass. You hit a couple of dudes, pop.
Like, turn around, running like roaches. Like you turn the light on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Larry.
if you get overwhelmed, they're gonna say, "I gotta give." He went down fine.
Exactly. He
I
tried
mean,
his best. He tried his best to protect us.
that's right, and himself,
Exactly. So
and
hey,
himself, and
it
he took
is
a
what it
oath.
is, man.
He got a family to try to feed, just like
Mm,
you do. Right.
exactly.
And it just so happens y'all clashing or what have you. But you see, then that other sergeant, police in Spanish, when he crying and everything. Hey man, hey, tears ain't got nothing to do with this. Oh, hold up, man. Hey, hold up, you got to man up. But now
Exactly.
that new chief of police they got, he was chief of police out
What
there in
happened to the
Montgomery.
Melinda? What happened to the black? Didn't wasn't a black chief with them? What happened?
She
Yeah,
was,
they released them.
They
yeah,
why they released her?
She was I think she was acting.
yeah, right.
Oh, okay. They
Yeah.
released her. Damn.
And my man come out of Montgomery County, man. Oh no, he for real. See, he went up there in Germantown. He had all kinds of
Yeah.
police shootings up there. And he said, "My cops." When he started using that word, "my cops,"
Mm-hmm.
not my Capitol Hill police, my cops. That's the mentality he putting in them already.
Got you.
Already, right? We gonna bump heads and we're gonna shoot gas and whatever it takes. But my cops, my cops. See, that means he's staying behind his boys.
Well, this next question is for Melinda first, because I know this is one of her favorite subjects, and it's not about the
Uh-oh.
Asians.
Uh-oh.
And I ain't gave her an Asian question in so long because I'm tired of her firing their butts up. This question for so the states that stop the unemployment are forced to restore the 300 jobless benefits. Right? They got to restore Melinda. And now look, and the governors must be bullwhipped in public. What you think of that?
You know what? At the end of the day, they gonna have to reinstate all of that stuff because the way this COVID is going, we're gonna be locked down again, and they're gonna have to shut down all these jobs.
Yeah.
So, they trying to force us back to work, but we about to be back in quarantine at the rate they going. We at the point where they're rescinding that even people that are vaccinated have to wear masks now. So,
Yep.
how far are we away from having to go back into quarantine? So you can't tell us that we about to be back in the quarantine and we're so much in danger and all of the COVID cases are going up and then say, but go back to work and we're gonna take what little money you got away from you because we're gonna be back in quarantine and they're gonna still need that money.
Gotcha.
And taking away that money is gonna create more of a problem than it's gonna solve. And Governor Hogan, he tried to do it, real early and was like, nah, we ain't even giving you the free money that the government giving us to give you. And then people, tried to sue him. So,
They did, and
Yeah.
they
these
won.
people they don't care about nobody but themselves and getting I don't understand if these people understand that at some point they're not going to be a politician anymore but they still have to be human beings. I don't think they get that connection because it's like once you get that politician title, you are no longer a human being. You no longer have humanity. You don't care about nobody other than your next election.
Yep.
So they gonna catch, and I'm not understanding why. And trust me when I tell you, and I'm gonna make this disclaimer: I'm not advocating violence, but all these people that are willing to do violence to innocent people, free and clear, why don't they deal with these crazy ass people that's running around? Marjorie Taylor Greene, she will be ready to pull a rifle on somebody. Somebody need to put a hot one in her ass so that she will want gun control. That's the best way for you to want to get gun control is to
The
let them
rebuttal
know that their gun
entertainment
control is out of control.
do not violence on this show. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
already gave the
So,
disclaimer.
the disclaimer of the
I gave the
rebuttal
disclaimer,
entertainment
but
in
at
this
the end of
show.
the day, these people want to come into a store, a grocery store, with a rifle on their hip. They got some real people that's out here doing some murdering and killing and don't mind shooting, but they here playing toy soldier on the weekend. I bet you if they had to be in real combat or deal with some of these real street ends, like they like to call them, they'll put a gun reform bill out there. They will
Mhm.
do gun control and all that other stuff. When you it's like that person that talk a lot. They talk a whole lot, and then you got that one dude that's laid back in the cut, and then the person that's talking, yeah, I do this, until he catch a 2-piece, and then his lip is swollen. That's what
Lou, she
happens.
said 2-piece, Lou.
Oh, she just say 2-piece.
Sometimes that's what needs to happen to people for them to really understand their actions. You want to walk around here like a toy soldier, put them in a war situation. Throw their ass in the middle of Baltimore, a bad area, and see how they make out. One be walking into the store intimidating
Hey, shit.
law
Throw
abiding
that to DC now. Right across from
Right.
National Stadium.
right. So
They fire
since
shit
you
up
want to
over
be in a
there.
war situation, go to war. Stop
All right.
bothering
Melinda,
people.
what about the other part, though? I mean, I did add that part, though. The governor
part?
need to be bull whipped in public.
Yes. You know what? I always strongly believe that some of these politicians and these world leaders, they're having problems with each other and want to bring everybody into their problems so that innocent people got to die fighting for them. They should be put in the ring, and they have to fight each other, and whoever won that war.
Well, we
That's
know
it.
that ain't gonna happen because
That
half
ain't
of them
gonna
can
happen.
barely
But
walk.
why my people got to go to war, be on the front line, and die over some stuff that they ain't even gonna benefit from? That's what they need to do. Hey, you got a problem? Go fight him, and we'll do a pay-per-view.
Go, Lou.
That's right. Bull with their ass on pay-per-view, and I'll watch it. All this other buffoonery boxing
I will
going on
pay.
there. I will pay.
What you
But
think,
yeah,
Lou?
what was the question at the
Unemployment
beginning of
300. They gotta pay it. They gotta get it back.
They got to, man, because like Melinda said, we probably gonna be going back into
I don't think
lockdown
so.
anyway.
We
Yeah,
not.
I think, well, to some degree though, man, you can't
Yeah.
think that these numbers gonna keep on rising. They can't afford to have another 1 million or 2 million people dying, man. They can't. So I think it has to happen, man. It does.
Tony?
I think that we probably won't go into a total lockdown, but we may go back to a semi-lockdown. And they do owe those people the money. People are hurting, and they're still trying to get back on track with the money that they've been lost from being unemployed because of the virus and everything. So, and these governors, they need to be held accountable. Until they're put in the situations that we are living in, they don't care. They are heartless. Unless it directly affects them, they act like they don't understand.
Larry, the governors, they got to get that money back. I think they ought to be bull whipped in public for taking the money anyway.
Oh, well, yeah, that was just a political ploy. Hogan tried to do that. It backfired on him.
Yeah.
It just backfired on them, man, or whatever. Because they, that would have been reversing whatever they're trying to do. They would have continued the program, let it phase out, and what have you. It's normal. What they really got to worry about is these evictions. That their time is getting close, and what have you. Going to be a whole lot of people out on the street. Man.
Millions, they saying.
There's going to be a whole lot. He need to stop that. You see what I'm saying? Why don't you stop that, Hogan?
Biden need to stop that, but he ain't got no balls, so he's old and wrinkled, and they about to fall off.
Well, they extended it this the third time, from what I gather. Whatever, I think it's the end of August. Or what have you? When it's nice.
You know what they did wrong with this, y'all. They should have told them people, even though we're going to extend the moratorium, y'all ain't got, because of the COVID situation. If you can afford to pay something on your rent, pay it. You know what I mean? That's what they should have said. But these people were thinking they getting away with it, man. They going shopping, new cars. We ain't got to pay our rent. Now they crying the freaking blues. You know what I mean? But that's crazy.
Do you think they possibly didn't understand that they had to come up with all this money at one time? Or do they think that it was, I come up with this net from going forward. This is what I owe. You know what I mean?
But I
Maybe
think they heard
really
them say that you will have to start paying your rent again. You know what I mean?
They had to know, Tony. I'm like,
exactly.
Lewis, people out there shopping, and they just look at it as free money. What you got to
ain't
look
nothing
at
free.
is like nothing's free. Exactly. You got to look at it
That's
like
right.
that. you know, you still got a responsibility. You can't just buy a car or you can't live free. You buy a car, you got to pay a monthly note. That's basic stuff. I think these people lost the basic sight of reality and what was going on. They looking at it like, oh, it's free money. I could do what I want to do. That's not the
They
way
got
the world works.
content
Exactly.
and they got comfortable.
Exactly.
That's what happened, Melinda. They got content and they got comfortable, and
Yep.
now they might have to pay the price.
Yeah.
But let me ask you. See, I'll go back to the same stuff we went to last week about who was that Jeff Bezos just went to. He could have paid. He could pay everybody rent. Him, Facebook, Bill Gates can pay everybody rent up to par. Do something good with your money. You know what I
Ain't
mean?
doing that.
Instead of giving away to Tony best friend on CNN.
Look here, my mortgage is up to date. Pay off my student loans.
Well, speaking of student loans, they talking about that today.
They talk about 50,000. They ain't gonna do nothing.
Well,
No, they ain't
Melinda,
doing nothing.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, sis. You know, I mean, something better than nothing. 50,000 will, you know, can help a lot of people. You know what I mean? At least it knocks some of it off, sis. You know what I mean? It knocks some of it off. I'm gonna send him I be texting him on Twitter.
Well, then he needs to stop doing the interest part of it, because when he knocked 50,000 off of it, and we still paying, they still putting interest on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a loan that started out, huh?
Didn't they just stop that 2 days ago?
I don't think so.
I thought I seen they stopped it 2
I
days
hope
ago.
so. They need to take off all my interest payments, my everything. I want it gone. Cause shoot.
Oh
But
man.
they want everything you pay. That's right.
I want all of it.
Everything.
Look, I owe $200,000 in student loans.
Oh, don't worry about that.
That's a house.
Wait a minute, Larry. Would you tell Melinda? Don't worry.
They're not worried about that. Don't worry. As long as you try to pay it, they know you can't.
Good. They gonna get $5 from me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, they know you can't pay that. Don't even worry about it. Now you could also, you know, now with Walmart now. Wait a minute, they got a new program. You may be able to transfer some of your credits and whatever. You don't have no student loan. You can go over there with your knowledge and whatever. You could jump ahead of the pack.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm gonna tell you something. When they take those courses online and whatever, there'll be some serious courses.
Yeah.
You have to study.
Your Wi-Fi is slowing down, so I'm gonna have to mute you for a minute. Your Wi-Fi is just saying, "Oh, you sound like R2D2, guys."
Yeah, Larry was fading out a little bit.
Yeah. I think he's frozen now.
Yeah.
But
you frozen, Larry. You frozen.
That's a lot of money. I just wouldn't like that black cloud over my head for that long period.
Yeah.
So
the thing is that they tell you need these advanced degrees in order to do therapy. Because don't nobody want somebody that just came out of school and try to tell them what to do. Even though sometimes them people got more common sense than the person that went to school. Because they at least had more common sense than I did, because they don't have a $200,000 student loan. And they giving that advice for free, but they don't have a degree behind it. They saying the same thing I'm saying, but I'm in debt. So who's the smart one?
Well, this question here, I think we already answered it, so I'm not even going to ask it, Larry. We already answered it. And the question was, you know, about the businesses they going through. They about to start. You can't go. Well, I can add. Let's just make it short and sweet. The businesses and stuff like that, some of the stores and stuff like that, you got to be fully vaccinated now to enter. What you think going to happen? Make it short. What you think going to happen, Melinda? Let's start Melinda, Lou. What you think going to happen? Make it short and sweet. Huh?
People gonna lie. They already making fake vaccination cards.
No, okay. What you think, Lou?
I mean, there's no real way to track whether it's a real card or not. Whether the person has, you know, they got shady people.
Yes, it is. Because now you ain't see the thing they had in their hand. They gave them a website.
Yeah.
Where you could type the person's name in, and they'll pop up if they got shot.
For a regular store, you think Walmart got time to be everybody that walk through the door?
No,
they
I know.
So see, that's what I'm saying. So
like big time, like you go in Tony office to the law firms and stuff like that. You can't even enter the door. They go.
That's right.
I mean, hey,
what you think, Lou?
I'm like this. Whatever it takes to secure safety, man. Because like I said, I've been sick the last 3 or 4 days, and I had my COVID test and it was negative. I was sick, man, and nobody wants to be sick. So if you can prevent that from happening, and you got the means to do it, then I say do it. That's
Tony,
just the way it is, man.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. Don't you think that this is being discriminatory against people who are unvaccinated?
nope.
It's no different than someone who has HIV. They shop, they go wherever they need to go, they live their lives. So how is that any different?
Okay, let me rebuttal that for Tony.
I rebut that.
I got. Oh, you want to do a sis first? Cause I can do it too now. I can rebuttal that.
I got this one.
I go after you. Just don't say the same thing I was gonna say.
The thing is that HIV is not transmitted in the same way. It's not a airborne situation. You can make precautions. You know, it's blood transfusion or blood transfer, sexual transfer. You know, fluids got the exchange. We can just breathe this in and breathe this out, and that's the difference between. Yes, it is discriminatory, but at the end of the day, we have to do certain things that's discriminatory. When they tell us we can't, smokers can't smoke because it's going to affect our health, they just had to adapt to it. They took it out of the restaurants, the movie theaters, and everything else. The bars, when they told us that we could no longer drive without a seatbelt, we had to adapt to it. Because sometimes people was like, I don't want my outfit to be messed up. And they was like, well, you being across the pavement, that's going to mess up your outfit. And then also the same thing with, you know, all these other precautionary things that we have adapted to. You can't drink and drive. That's discriminatory against somebody that want to have an alcohol beverage and get home at the end of the night and not have to pay an Uber or whatever. But it's required to protect the general population. And I don't mind losing some of my rights if my rights is going to cause a problem for everybody else. If it's only going to affect me, like, for example, the way I eat is not the best thing because I like red meat and I like sugar and candy and cake and cookies and all that. That's not the best diet conducive to somebody that have a
Melinda diabetes test.
But it don't hurt nobody other than me. So when my dietitian was like, you going, you know, get on this new diet, I'm like, nah, I'm not, don't even bother with that. I'm gonna just do what I've been doing. But it's only hurting me. But if it was a situation where my personal behavior is affecting my daughters or my friends, or even you, if I'm in a room with you and I know you're not vaccinated, I'm gonna wear a mask, whether it's uncomfortable for me or not, because my actions affect you because you're in a vulnerable situation. And I don't want to hurt or affect you. So I'm willing to do that. And we as a society have to be cognizant of other people that can't take care of themselves. For example, you have a choice of not wearing a mask.
I think my question would have been a lot shorter than yours.
You know I'm long-winded. But at the end of the day, for example, the people that don't wear masks, babies can't put a mask on and keep one on. Toddlers can't put a mask and keep one on. So it's up to us to protect other people.
Exactly. You got it, Tony. You got to do the oochie coochie la 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 to get
yes,
past. But you ain't got to do that for oh, my fault. I'm just all right. Larry.
Not the
Okay, wait a minute.
What you say, Lou?
The oochie coochie.
Yes,
not
can I
the
help you?
oochie coochie.
Hello.
Not the oochie coochie.
Yeah, I just think whatever it takes to secure safety, man.
You know what though?
I think that's what it's got to happen.
Okay.
You know?
Go ahead, Larry.
Whatever's got to happen.
Listen, that's not gonna work over there at discount mall. That is not gonna work at that door. That ain't gonna happen. I'm telling you, that ain't happening. That ain't gonna happen because wait a minute, man, you tell me to put on a mask, man, and this and that and this and that and this and that.
Shit,
and whatever.
Right now.
Right with the mask on, man, and I gotta show that you want your ID, man, and whatever. Man, fuck this store. I got to do all this shit.
No, they do.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
I'm telling you where they gonna roll, man.
Hey, Melinda, what do you say, man? Fuck that door.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right, man. We ain't gotta go in this raggedy. This ain't nothing but some raggedy ass discount bar. This store ain't shit.
Right.
Hey, you ain't
about no COVID.
no. And you ain't no doctor. And show me your card. Show me your card. Where your card at?
Hey, Lou, he said, "I'm like about no raggedy ass discount."
That's a real talk right there. That's real
Yeah.
talk.
That's real talk, man. That's real talk.
Telling you, yeah. Why you working here anyway? Why you working in this raggedy? Where your shot card? Whatever. Yeah.
That's exactly what goes on too.
Oh,
It's
and by the time you get 3 or 4 of them, and by the time you get 3 or 4 of them, the door is jammed, and people want to know what's going on, and all of a sudden,
man.
all hell might break loose. All hell might break loose.
I got you, lad. I got you. What you say, Lou?
I said he ain't never lied. It's a certain element of people that go through discount mart. You better be ready. You going in to get a discount, you're gonna get a lot more than a discount. Trust me.
That was funny. Oh my god, you like raggedy ass.
Damn,
Oh,
Larry, you
my
sound like you
God.
was just over there, Larry.
I just quit about 6 months ago. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he was there. I forgot.
I was
yeah.
there. I was working the door, and
Yeah.
they called me to come back. I said, the only way I come back, you give me that rollerball suit that dude, that Capitol Hill policeman had on, and they were squeezing his ass between them. That's the only way I come back over there. I'm telling you,
I'm
man.
sorry, people. I'm sorry. Let me be more professional. Wait a minute.
Oh man.
I got mute like
We done lost all of it. We done lost the whole. All professionalism is out the window.
That's it. That's over there. That ain't
But
happening
that
over
was
there.
some real talk, though. That was some real talk.
That real talk.
Hey, when I listen to this tomorrow in the gym, they gonna think I'm crazy because I be laughing like hell, boy. I'm telling you,
man.
boy. I gotta move on because y'all got me going crazy. Well, didn't we mention HIV?
Yeah.
Okay, the guy, Gentry, I think it's Gentry Burns in Florida, knowingly gave HIV to his the women he was having sex with, his partners, without disclosing it. He was sentenced to 2 years. Is that enough, Tony?
No, it's not enough. He needs longer. That's a death sentence. You intentionally slept with someone knowing that you had HIV. You could have transmitted it to them. And you know, you didn't even protect yourself against having sex with them knowing that you had this disease. So no, 2 years is not enough for him to serve.
Oh man. Lou?
That's not enough time, man. When you knowingly know you got a disease that can lead to death and put you in a bad position, you got I say at least 15 to 20 years, man.
Yeah,
because that's like second degree assault, man. First degree assault, man. Just think about you know that you got this disease and you still willing to have unprotected sex with this person. Because just think, man, when you have sex with a person, you know, you trusting that first and foremost you need to protect yourself. But if you with somebody and you feel like you trust them and you have unprotected sex with them and they don't disclose what they got, it's a crime, man. So I feel like 15, 20 years should be suffice, man.
Totally agree. Larry, what you think?
Oh yeah, you're gonna get some time with that.
But he only got 2 years, Larry.
Where was this?
Florida, my new home state.
Well, what was the crime again?
HIV. He gave his partners HIV without, and didn't he tell them? They only gave him 2 years.
Yeah, good lawyer. Yeah, damn good lawyer. Damn good lawyer. Or he did some kind of plea. He had to do some
can you just plea bargain for 2 years and you gave somebody that's something that can kill you? Might can kill you?
But see, you never know, man. You don't know what these judges and shit. You don't know what, man. They, you know, by the time they connive and whatever, you know, and do all that, then you're dealing with the LGBT. I guess both of them were LGBT. Well, that's one of them. No, if it was soliciting, he'd have got more.
Yeah,
I think that, so. They may have been lovers or partners, and you know, it gets all complicated. You know, and really people don't want to get
But
in.
not just one person. He gave it to multiple people.
Oh, then I don't know how he slipped through the cracks.
That I'm saying.
Anything goes in Florida.
No,
Huh?
no. She say anything goes in Florida.
Anything
I don't know
goes
why
in
he's trying to go to Florida.
Go ahead,
They doing
Melinda.
too much.
Go ahead, Melinda.
The thing is, that's premeditated. He needs 15 to 20, like Lou said. That was intentional. Sometimes people get the mentality of, well, I'm dying, I don't care about nobody else. So for that reason alone, they need to keep him off the streets. That's like if somebody's doing crime on a regular basis, they keep him off the streets for the safety of the people that are on the streets, because he intended to get them infected because he's infected. So no, 2 years is not enough, and I believe he would do it again.
Exactly. It just amazed me. This guy only get 2 years in jail, right? But yet people do cocaine, get charged, get more years than that, and this shit can kill you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just amazing. That's what I'm talking about. The laws for different things, the rules for different people, it's just so crazy. You know, Florida laws and stuff like that is crazy anyway. You know what I mean?
And you still moving there, huh?
That's right. That's my place. I love it. And my daughter say, not enough.
Right, exactly, Kiara.
So it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. It's not enough, Lou. But I seen this today because I knew that question was going to be answered. I seen this today came up. A long-acting HIV prevention drug may be the key to beating the epidemic in the U.S. So who knows? Health, watch, see, health.
Yeah,
But you know,
that,
you never know. You never know. But that's crazy. He should at least got 20 years. I give him 20.
yeah.
Like
15,
20
20,
years,
man.
goddamn it. You want to
Yeah,
have
like Larry said,
you
he
want
must
to
have
give
had a good
people
lawyer. He must have had a good lawyer, man, because
well,
that's
Yeah, it got
premeditated,
real
man.
political. Yeah, he had somebody to help him.
all
You
right.
follow me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
Well, let me
he
say
had
this.
somebody to help him. He had somebody to help him. Whatever it was, there was some real acute politics involved in that.
Exactly. Well, this is for Melinda the Star, because this is her favorite person, the Donald. The Donald is back. He threatened GOP if they agree on the infrastructure bill because his bill didn't pass. Remember, he tried to pass it, they said no. So he
Yep.
threatened his own party that if you pass that bill, it's gonna be consequences. So it went through today. So should the people who voted for the bill be worried about the Trumpster, Melinda?
They worried about him. I don't know why this clown is still in the headlines, or why they even letting him do what he doing. But they are worried and scared. They're not worried as much about him. They worried about these crazies that was willing to storm a Capitol for him. That's where his power lies. It's not everybody know he a buffoon. Everybody clowning behind his back. But at the end of the day, what they're afraid of is his base. There's a certain amount of mentality that go along with these people that follow him, that they're willing to do whatever. Because, after seeing what happened in the summer, it never occurred to them that they could possibly get shot down and killed going up into the Capitol. And it appeared to be that they were right. But at the end of the day, they're willing to do things and cross lines for him, which nobody else is willing to do. Nobody in their right minds would do. He has these crazy people that's willing to follow him into hell. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're scared of, because these people are showing up to people's offices with rifles. They're showing up to people's jobs. They just tried to go to some other place. The Marjorie Green just tried to go to some other place and go in, but then the doors was locked and nobody was in there. But they're willing to follow whatever he says. So it's not that he's brilliant. It's not that he's smart, or he's a good politician. They're scared of the people that follow him.
Okay,
They
that's
are
what I was getting
crazy
to.
and
Okay.
over the
Yeah,
top,
yeah,
and they're
All
yeah.
willing
right.
to do whatever. It's like a cult, and you have to give some credibility to cults, because they can do a lot of damage. people are willing to take pipe bombs and place in different places if he asks them to. So you kind of have to be cautious when you're dealing with somebody that got that kind of power and is not afraid to use it. And he's not, because he's a narcissist and a sociopath. So he will unleash these people on whoever disagrees with him. So yeah, they have a they legitimately should be scared, but they need to collectively do something about him.
But they're not. Larry, go ahead, Larry. Go ahead, Larry. I got you. Wait a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, now you take the people who attacked the Capitol and what have you. You know, they're showing you that wasn't about democracy.
Mm-hmm.
That was just total about them. It wasn't about democracy and what have you. The country is experiencing. We're going through turmoil. It wasn't a democracy in the beginning. It was a republic. If you can keep it. That's what Benjamin Franklin said and what have you. So now, with the immigrant, with all these things we're confronting, the virus and what have you, America's at the point now where, we have so many type injustices. And, and then you have the age-old virus of lying and misinformation. You understand what I'm saying? So
why they scared of the Donald?
Oh, well, they think, I'm glad you said that. They think that's their key to being reelected. But it just so happens they had an election in Texas, and Donald Trump supported this guy. His name began with an E.
I know exactly what you're about to say.
And he lost badly.
Yep.
He lost badly. So he don't have as much juice as he think he has.
And they think he do too. Exactly.
See what I'm saying? Right, because the inevitable is closing in on him. It's the inevitable. You understand what I'm saying? Coming from both ends and what have you. So, but they're living in a dream world. They don't know they really don't know what to do now. They really don't know what to do now. They can subpoena witnesses.
Yeah.
They told them they're going to defend. It's a whole different ball game now.
Mm-hmm.
And so they fear they're going to lose re-election because Trump going to badmouth.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm waiting on. Thank you, Larry. That's what I'm waiting. Dig it. Go.
But he's also that same person that could tell somebody to go do something and they'll go and kidnap one of them politicians and kill them.
Exactly.
So they got those two things going on. That's what makes him dangerous.
Got you. Go, Lou.
Yeah, I got with Melinda and Larry, because what Melinda said was, it's the January 6th insurrection. What they were willing to do. They were up there talking about chanting, hang Mike Pence. This is the Vice President of the United States, and they were talking about hanging him. Let that sink in for a minute. The Vice President of the United States, and they were chanting, hang Mike Pence. This is Donald Trump's right-hand man. So what you think they're going to do or try to do to whoever steps across him, who decides to cross him? And crossing him would be passing this bill when he couldn't get passed. And I got to go with Larry, too. And Larry said, just think about everything that Donald Trump stands for. And people were willing to ride with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's big, y'all. Just think about it. They were willing to ride with him to the graveyard. This guy's burning and going backwards, and they still skating with him, man. That's big, y'all. That's big. And we got to pay attention to that, because he's not in office, but he still has power. And his power is through these cults. I call it a cult, because anytime you're willing to go and raise hell at a Capitol building, just think, y'all, the Capitol building was a murder scene. People died at that Capitol, man. So always keep that in mind, the power that he has. Yeah, we don't like him, and I don't like giving him the credit, but this guy is still powerful, man. So we definitely got to keep that in mind. That's what the same way we thinking about it. Those people are thinking about their careers, like Larry said. They're thinking about how, if they're running for office, Donald Trump, if he doesn't give them the okay, well, I'm not gonna say the okay, but if he don't, what's the word I'm looking for? If he doesn't
bless
sign
him,
off on
endorse
if he
them.
doesn't endorse them, thank you, Lewis. If he doesn't endorse them, they're not getting revoted. They're not getting back in office. And all this stuff they keep in mind, the power and the politic careers. That's what they're worried about, man. That's my take.
Mm-hmm. Tony?
Yeah, like I always say, everything is always politically motivated, and they want to make sure that if they do run or hold office again, that he endorses them. They're quick to support anything he does, and there's they seem to feel like there's no repercussions behind their actions, especially when it comes to him. They feel he's going to back them no matter what. So it's motivated by the politics.
Yeah, I agree. But I also think that he don't got much power that he used to have anymore. And his power is winding down, like Melinda said. You know what I mean? Larry said, man. So they'll see it in the future. You know what I mean? When the worst thing can happen to them, Melinda and stuff, in 2022 next year, if they don't win that house, they done. That's they can. They trying their best to win that house. If they win the house, it's over. Cause they probably win the house in the Senate. You know what I mean? And then Biden really ain't gonna pass shit. So you Biden, you better pass Melinda money before she come down there.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
What
we
he
got
said.
exactly. Well, we got two questions left, and we've been doing too much crazy stuff. We're gonna get to some okay stuff, but this gonna be the first two questions gonna be for me and Lou. Well, not questions, but it's gonna be something to make me and Lou smile because we men. So Lou, guess what happened today? The judge, Kelly Clarkson, got a divorce, right? Kelly Clarkson got a divorce. The judge ordered her to pay her ex-husband, her baby daddy, 200,000 a month in child and spouse support. A win for the fellas. Woo!
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, damn, that's a lot of money. She must be, yeah. Okay, she make a lot of money then, right? This the singer Kelly Clarkson we talking about, right? Yeah, sure, yeah. I'm not saying it because she can afford it, but that's a lot of money, man.
It's a win for the fellas, Lou.
I guess I could take that. Look, hold up. I'll take a drink of that.
Oh man. Well, thank you, Gianna, for giving us men a pass. You know, what I mean, sometimes, we need child support from these rich women, Gianna. You know what I mean? So thank you, Gianna, for giving us some child support and spousal support for these rich women, these women who say we are nothing parents, but we are the best parents we are. They mad at us because we don't want to be with them no more, Gianna, and they take us to child support court and stick it to us with no Vaseline, Gianna. So thank you. A win for the men, Yana. We thank you very much. Now go, Tony.
You see the panel to the right, they is not feeling that. I'm looking at their action and they is just ready to go in. So I'm about to sit back
Well,
and just watch the show.
man, let me get my mute hand ready. I got it. Let's go, Tony.
Well, I'm not going to be mean. I'm just going to answer how I feel. If he is accustomed to a certain lifestyle that she brought him into, then by all means, he is entitled to have some type of spousal support. However, $200,000 a month is excessive.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's not.
What? $200,000?
Dr. Dre paying almost $1 million a month. Now, go ahead.
Okay,
I'm
whatever.
on it today, Lou. I'm on it, Lou.
Melinda,
Power to
go
the
on,
men, Lou.
please.
Power to us people.
Okay, let me weigh in.
Go on.
The court system is out of control all across the board. Dr. Dre, that had me pissed off from the time that they started that stuff. She ain't cutting out one record. I'm female or not, I don't agree on these amounts that these women, are getting from these men. If you didn't make that money, you don't get that kind of money. You're going to get that house, you're going to get that car, you're going to get a allowance to maintain that house and that car, but you don't have to rake somebody through the coal and take all of their hard-earned work, because at the end of the day, these people aren't that lifestyle or whatever. They can still live that same lifestyle without that kind of money and without taking away somebody's livelihood in that kind of way. This dude ain't sing no records. He ain't do nothing. And that child it don't take $200,000 to raise nobody's child. male, female, or whatever. I'm against that. I am a wife, and I am entitled for 30 years. I've been a wife for 30 years, and I'm entitled to alimony, and I'm not even trying to break him. It's like we can come up with a some kind of understanding, some kind of we was together. At some point we loved each other and cared about each other. At what point, and especially if you still have a child with that parent, I mean with that person that you're divorcing or trying to get over, how would your child feel to know that you did that to them, ruined them in that kind of way? And maybe that might not ruin them, but it's excessive and it's unnecessary. And please believe that no matter what her situation or her accustomed to living, she could be accustomed to living that same way with less money than that. Because I promise you that she wasn't spending $200,000 a month. She probably wasn't even spending $10,000 a month. Because when you are in a relationship and everything is being covered financially, you're not spending that kind of money. You're not going on vacations every day or every week. You're not shopping any. If that person is some kind of moderate understanding of what life is, their day-to-day does not require that kind of cost of living. If you have a house that's paid for and you got a car that's paid for, you need your utilities and some overage. She don't have 200 because I'm sure he's gonna get a house, and I'm sure Dr. Dre's wife gonna get a couple of houses, a couple of cars. Her overhead is not going to reach $1 million every 3 years. If that stuff is paid for, they should just give her a little bit of chunk of money. You know, I was against it when Juanita Jordan got that kind of money. There is no reason for anybody. It's the court system that's on the wrong page. So y'all not gonna get no applaud or no boos from me. Everybody is wrong. All of them are wrong all across the board. There's no need for that amount of money to be allotted to one person to do what? So that she can sit around and not do nothing. She wasn't accustomed to doing nothing in the beginning because I'm sure they had nannies and cooks and cleaning people and all kind of stuff. So she wasn't living bad to start with, but she wasn't getting that kind of money either, because you're not spending that kind of money monthly. I don't care how much money you have and what kind of lifestyle you have, you're not spending that kind of money every month. So it's out of control. The court system is out of control. The parent needs to pay for the child's schooling, the what it costs to maintain the household, the utilities and everything else, and then a stipend for clothing and different things, and a vacation once or twice a year. But no, you don't get to pocket millions of dollars because you was with somebody for 4 or 5 years or 15 years or whatever. I would never try to break my husband. You know, even though I put in 30 years and we built it together, for the most part, he paid the most of it. So I wouldn't be like, no, I need half of what you have and I want the better house or whatever. When we separated, I took the smaller house. I let him take the house that we built. I picked every color in that house. I picked every tile that went into the bathroom, the color of the door outside. I mean, from scratch. And I still understood that this man put in time into the military and energy, and I did too, but not as much as he did. So I'm like, it's cool for you to get the big house. I get the other house. We had 2 Mercedes. He got one. I got one. You should not have to end on a note like that where you got to break somebody every time it don't work out, or you got to destroy somebody's, legacy, because that's somebody's legacy. They built that to have generational wealth, and you're trying to take it away and you didn't put nothing into it. That's not fair.
Everybody's not like us, Melinda.
I wouldn't do it, and I'm against that. And I hate when men think that women, that's what they think that we like or we want. I was mad with Juanita. Yes, she should get something, but she didn't put up not one layup nowhere. And I was mad with Dr. Dre's wife, and I'm mad with this dude, and I was mad with what was that?
Elin, Tiger.
All of them. And then also, what's the name had to pay child support? What's your ideal woman?
Oh, Mary J. Blige had to pay her husband, right?
Yes, and then
Mhm.
also that other the one that y'all men be talking about. She's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Well, mine is Rihanna, so it ain't me.
So she was on Boomerang.
Oh,
Oh,
Holly Berry.
Holly Berry.
Yeah, she had to pay child support and alimony to somebody that didn't do nothing. I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
Well,
So
I'm
yeah,
like,
let me say this. Unfortunately, that's how certain y'all feel, but y'all just 1/10 of the world. And the court system, I totally agree, you need to be changed because it's messed up.
yeah,
it's
it
But
messed
is.
more times to go to the women and men. The man finally got a victory, and yahoo for the man for getting 200,000 a daggone month. Hip hip
up.
hooray! Hip hip
That's what make you want
hooray!
to kill
I don't
people.
care if he don't need it, he don't understand it, he
You're
don't
like,
supposed to get
I'm
it.
gonna have to
I
come
don't care
off of
about
that
all
kind of
that bull
money.
crap Melinda just said. You know what I mean? I really don't care. And you know
Let me
why I
have
don't care?
$10 and
Because
somebody say they want
stuck.
five.
Men been getting stuck with no Vaseline for so many years because of this child support situation. And it's time to stick these no good, ain't did nothing women but sit in the house and watch them damn kids. And they ain't watch the damn kids. The kids was in daycare. But yet they get all this money from us and stuff like that. You know what? Stick it with her. Who don't
Hush.
care? Who hip hip hooray.
I wish I
Now,
would have
I'm
ten
going to the
dollars if
next
somebody try to
question.
take five.
The next question is the last question is Lou. The last question, Lou, power to my people. You know what I mean? And Lou, the last question is, oh, and this is good because I need your opinion on this. Y'all know, asteroid is coming, right? Y'all know that? You know
yeah, that's
that?
what they've been saying. That's what they were
It
saying. It's coming.
it's a
It's
big one.
coming.
You know,
Yeah.
the asteroid's coming. You know what I mean, Tony? It is so big. It's like bigger than everything. So it's like it's gonna miss us by 1.9 million miles. You know, it's a lot of miles. We might think that's a lot of miles, but it's going 40,000 miles an hour. So if they say that asteroid was coming to Earth and gonna hit us, I want to know what the first thing y'all gonna do.
I'm gonna jump up in my bed.
That how none of that bed ain't gonna help.
I don't
Go
Well,
know,
let's
find a
man.
start with
bunker.
Tony because she the wimpy one. So let's start with
Yes,
Tony.
I'm the wimpy one, so shut it up. I'm gonna go find me a bunker and go in there and try to hide. Don't look at me like that.
I ain't saying
I
nothing.
mean,
Melinda, what
that's probably the only thing that's going to probably kind of save you.
you gonna go hide?
What
Uh,
else am I supposed to do? I'm afraid of thunderstorms. You know that. So
Melinda, what you gonna do? It's
I'm gonna do.
coming.
I'm do the most. How much time I got? Cause I need to know how much time I got and how much fun I can have in that amount of time. I'm about
Well,
to do everything
you right now you got to Tuesday.
to Tuesday.
Yeah.
So what can I do between now and Tuesday? I'm taking out all my money out of the bank and I'm going on a 2-day vacation somewhere and then try to spend the rest of the time with my daughter. I'm about to have all the fun because if I'm going to die, I'm not going to think about it. I mean, that's how I approach cancer. They were like, you could die. I'm like, okay, but they was like, if you don't get this treatment, you got 10 years. I said, well, it's going to be a good 10 years. That's my attitude. So at the end of the day, it's like how many days I have. And then they tell me I'm about to take all my money out of the account. It'll be a bad thing if they miss because then I'll be like broken and owing people. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have all the fun that I possibly can until the end.
Mhm.
I'm that person that, if it's a scary movie and somebody chasing you, you're not going to chase me for 2 hours and then still end up killing me. You going to look. I'm tired and I don't want to run no more. So let's do this. That's how
Exactly.
I am. So at
Well,
the end of the day,
I
I'm
think
not
I'm gonna
I'm
be
not
doing
ready.
everything, get it in for a minute, then I'm gonna come have spend some time with my kids for a minute, and after that, oh man, I'm going to stores, I'm going to eat free, I'm going wherever I want to do, I'm going to do.
Yes.
I'm going behind people counters and eat their food. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna do the
I'm
most.
doing it all. I'm doing
See,
it
that's
all.
why we twins. I'm doing the most. He's like,
Man, they telling
they
us,
like, here the bill. It's like, fool, I ain't paying this.
I ain't paying no bill. You out your mind. We about to die. You pay the motherfucking bill. I'm going to eat. Give me some more food, matter of fact. You know what I mean? I'm going to do everything I can to
I'm doing
have
everything.
fun and enjoy my life, man. Because you know what? This is the second one that got close. I mean, people might think, what, 1.9 million miles away is not close. But just a little to the right. A little to the right, Melinda. It come.
And
You
it
know what I
could
mean?
swing us off our axis. You know, just
Yeah.
the sheer closeness of it could have us spinning in a different direction or mess up our atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's storming. It's storming, Tony.
Not in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, I forgot you in Penn. Is it storming, Melinda? Because Lou said his power out, so that's why he had to leave. Power went out.
No, it's not storming yet, but I think it's supposed to storm today.
Okay, so Lou power went out, so he had to leave, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm at it. I'm going. I'm eat whatever I want. I'm going wherever I want. I'm doing whatever I want to do.
Because
You
who's
know
gonna
what I
stop
mean?
me?
Yeah, exactly. Because most people gonna be leaving. Where you leaving for? Where you gonna go? You know what I mean? Where you going? And if it don't,
And I ain't trying to go underground for everything fall on top of me. Because then you gonna die
exactly.
anyway. Because
Look,
everything done caved in. Nah, I'm about to.
and
I'm
if it
about to
don't
fall out.
kill everybody, you know what I mean? Most people gonna be dead. You know what I mean? So, well, I just wanted to know what y'all gonna do because you ain't gonna. I'm gonna be having fun. You know what I mean? I'm like, kids, I love y'all. Daddy want to stay, spend time his last time, but he got things to take care of. Go be with your mama. But yeah, so another good day on the Rebuttal Entertainment. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. I got my sisters in here. We having a ball. You know what I mean? Larry, as usual, he ease on out of here. He give us his dig it, and he's out of here. You know what I mean? So, but oh my God, Larry had, Larry.
Yeah, that was. I was done. It was no more. I couldn't compose myself.
Larry is just off the chain.
Oh my God! But thank everybody for watching. I love y'all. And we'll talk to y'all later.
Love you back.
Bye. Love you
Bye-bye.
guys.
You know I